Did he die inside your bed?
Yes.
Yeah. He died.
He took me to mental institution.
He got you depressed.
He got me depressed.
In his absence.
In his absence.
Hi everyone, welcome to O Narrative Podcast by myself, Promise Makunyane. This podcast is about marriage and family dynamics. As you already know, if you want to be on my podcast, you need to write us your story on the email address that is going to pop up on the screen. Do not forget that you need to also give us your contact number on that email so that we can contact you after we have seen your story. And today I'm sitting with a lady who has branded herself as Diary of a Young Widow, Diana. You are so much welcome, Diana.
Thank you.
Don't be nervous. Project your voice.
I'm not. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
When we were speaking offline, you told us that today is your late husband's birthday.
Yes. The day that will always be engraved.
In your heart.
In my heart. I think that's the first line that I posted in my Facebook page this morning.
Okay. What did you say?
Yeah, I was just reminding him actually that people believe that, you know what, man doesn't care about birthdays, but mine, you know, when it comes to that, he taught me the importance of celebrating the birthday.
Oh.
So I felt that, you know what, in his absential, he will make that, you know what, there's life in the house. Doesn't matter whose birthday is, but as long as we're in the house, there must be life on someone's birthday.
Yes.
They will say that men forget birthdays, but mine, from the day I started dating him, he never forgot my birthday. I never reminded him of my birthday.
Yes.
So, not a birthday only, any special occasion days, actually. I remember when I read this book. I even quoted it in my book.
On Facebook?
Here, in the book.
Yes.
The book that I read by Gary Chapman, 5 Love Languages.
I had that book. I'm not a reader,
You
but
must read it.
I must read it.
You must. It is a must-read book.
Yes.
Normally, when I get invited to the weddings to speak, I buy that book as a gift.
Okay.
To the couple.
I must read it.
You must. It's a must-read, actually.
Okay.
It's a must-read. And then that book taught me that, you know what, I was just like, wow, this is my husband's love language.
Yes. Celebration.
That was his love language.
Yes.
Celebrating and buying me gifts.
Yeah.
That was his language. So, you know, when this day came and then my niece said to me, Auntie, I want to organize an interview for you. And I was just like, and then she was just like, trust me, you will see. And then I was just like, okay. So I can't say that, you know what, it's a coincidence that, you know what, she spoke to me and then it happened actually in a blink of an eye.
Yes.
And that date, it was like when you said on Friday the 12th. And I was just like, God, what does this mean? It's my husband's birthday. I took a leave.
Yes.
You know, I was just like, I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. And I was just like, you know what? It's an honor. And it's an honor for him to remember him.
It can't be a coincidence.
Yeah, on his birthday. And, you know, after my niece spoke to me about it, after you spoke to her, she sent me the conversation, you know, that you had.
Yes.
And immediately I sent her the audio that I received from my husband's niece.
Okay.
It was very close to my heart.
All right.
You know, that messages came, you know, it was her message. And then from there, that was audio. And then she sent me that audio telling me that, you know what, I wanted to call you earlier.
Okay.
But I couldn't. This is what happened. I dreamt about
your
my uncle.
Niece.
Yeah. My uncle, I was updating him about you, your coping, your life, and anything and everything. You know, for me, it was emotional. And I remember when I responded on that WhatsApp, I was like, you know what? I have mixed emotions. at the moment. And really, for me, I didn't know where to cry. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know, completely, I didn't know what to say. And she was like to me, you know, I told him how beautiful you look, that you are doing
and you do look
well.
beautiful, yeah.
Thank you. And I didn't know what to say because to her, I felt that, you know what, I'm still trying to pick myself up. And I was like, Lord, is this a grace or what? Am I beautiful? Are they seeing a grace in me? Or I don't know what to say, because to me, I was still struggling to pick up myself, to stand up.
How long has it been since your husband passed?
My husband passed on the 1st of July, 2022. So it's still very fresh.
And you managed to write a book, and you managed to look like this. And you are very lively as well. It's really grace.
Let me can say that can only be God.
Can only be God.
That can only be God, because really I could see that, you know, I'm dying. Or I could see and I could feel that, you know what, everything was falling apart.
Yeah.
If my mother was not there actually for the first year in my house, my whole house, all my household could have been collapsed. It could have been collapsed completely. I remember I used to joke with him, saying with him that, you know what, whatever you'll decide to do with your life, you are an adult.
Yeah.
Mina, you'll never depress me.
Yes.
I will never take any antidepressant.
Yes.
You will never take me to mental institution.
Yeah.
And indeed, his death took me to mental institution.
He took you to mental institution.
He took me to mental institution.
He got you depressed.
He got me depressed.
In his absence.
In his absence.
I think we must start at the beginning.
Yes.
Because we are inside.
We are inside everywhere.
Are inside, and it's so nice.
Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just taking you all over.
No,
I don't know.
I love it. I love the flow of it, and how you light when you speak about your husband. Like, you speak with so much enthusiasm. Like, you are just confident, still confident about him even in his passing. But for those that do not know you, I want you to introduce yourself. And this book, just to say, this book was written by this woman, and we'll talk about a lot of things, but not a lot of things, because you have to buy this book and read her story. So please introduce yourself, your name, where you're from, and what you do, kids.
Okay, my name is Diana Mwaila Makwarela. Makwarela is my married surname.
Yeah.
Grown at Limpopo, Mabiligwe, that's the street of Malamule, one of Malamulele village. Married from a Venda guy who was raised and battered from the street of Venda called Shilapene. Yes, I'm a mother. I'm a speaker, as I indicated on my book, passionate woman of God.
Yes.
A wife to my late husband, Mr. A.M. Makwarela. I'm an author.
Yes.
You know, I'm an aunt. I'm a sister. I'm a daughter. I'm a grandmother. I'm everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
How many children do you have?
I have 3.
Together with your husband?
Yes.
Not ex, your late husband.
My late husband, yes.
Yeah, you've got 3 kids with him.
Yes.
When do you meet this man, Makwarela?
You know, when I meet this guy, I still remember I was with my best friend in Sunnyside. And, you know, when your friends knows you, and then, as you say, that people classify you.
Yes, I was telling you.
They put you in a place, you know, where they feel that you belong. I remember when I meet him, we were on one of my friends, we were going to attend one of my high school friend 21st birthday.
Oh.
I was with my best friend, you know. He came to us, you know, he came to the birthday party. He was with his friend. He offers us a lift back to where we stay. From there, he was all over me. You know, I remember one of my friends was just like, you know what? Why tata this guy? Ne?
Yes.
Sure. Yes. And by that time, you know what? I'm starting to feel for this guy. You know, I'm like, you know what? I have feeling for this guy. And now these people, they think he's not my type.
How do I now go about it? And you know, by that time, friends, they play a huge role in the decisions that you take.
They think he's not my type. And I'm so much in love with this guy. I remember one day he was from work. He came to visit me where I stay. I was one with my cousins, one of my cousins.
Yeah.
He laughed and then he's like, this guy is here for you. I was just like, Batung, I love this guy. And everyone is just asking me. And I've decided that, you know what? I'm not going to tell anyone anything. I love this guy.
Yes.
I'm going to say yes to him. They take it or not.
Yeah.
They'll just have to go with what I want.
what I want.
Yeah.
And then you guys start dating.
And we started dating.
And then when do you guys?
It was a festive season, you know. I remember the first gift that he bought me. He bought me this this red pyjama, silky pyjama.
Yes.
Pyjama set from Woolies. And that time it was just like,
it's
Woolies,
you
know. I was just like, yo, this guy, he's bribing me. And I realized that now that guy was not bribing me. That was him.
He was being himself.
Because from that day that I met him, I think it was 2 months later when he bought me that gift.
Yes.
When I said yes to him.
Oh, wow.
He did his things of gifting me until his last breath.
Sure.
I remember on his memorial service, my niece was on a program when he said that, you know, my aunt is very stingy. Whatever you see when he's dressed up, I know is my uncle.
Oh.
And she said that we knew Louis Vuitton, not now, before the fake Louis Vuitton brand that you saw.
He was buying you.
He brought the genuine Louis Vuitton. I knew that Louis Vuitton, genuine Louis Vuitton with my aunt. And I had that handbag and I still have it on my car. I'll show you. I have it in my boot. I think that bag is, he bought it before I even have my second born. And my second born, it's 16 years now.
That's what I always say with the bag that my husband bought me. Yeah. He bought me a never full GM LV bag, and I'm like, this one will go to my daughter. After I'll give it to my daughter. From my daughter, it will go to my younger son's wife.
My firstborn took that handbag.
Yes,
she used it and she got tired. Because after using it, I just put it away. And then one day she was just like, you know, when they started being teenagers, when she started going to grade 12, she was like, Mommy, can I have that handbag? And then I said, yes, you can have it.
That's nice.
And she used it and then she got tired and she brought it back and then she put it.
It's still there.
It's still there. And then one day I was just like, I don't know where I was going. I was like, you know what? Let me use this
Take that bag.
And then I took it again. And then I use it.
You have such beautiful stories. They are so little, but they're so nice.
Yeah. So
you get married.
Yeah, then we got married.
Which year?
And then it was in 2005. We have our firstborn in 2004. That was out of wedlock.
Yes.
I remember when I fell pregnant, it was so difficult. I was raised by a very strict parent.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to say. I was working by then, but it was like,
you can't be pregnant. You're not married.
You're not married.
Yeah.
But, you know, they accepted it. I remember my dad telling me that, you know, having a child doesn't mean that a man will be a husband.
Ish.
There's a difference between being a husband and a father. And then from that day, I always told myself that, you know what, there's a difference between husband
and a
father. A person can be a husband and a father at the same time.
Yes.
And a man can be a husband, can be a father and not be a husband to you. And they say to me, you'll be a mother, probably he may not get married to you. If you want to marry you, he will come and get married to you.
For now, you're just
a mother. For now, you are just a mother. And until he said that he wants to marry you, we can't say that we are taking you to his home. What if he doesn't want?
How did that make you feel?
Yeah, then I was just like, I wanted to see what he will do. And then I remember when I tell him that I'm pregnant, he was just like, okay. And I was just like, okay, what does that mean? And then he said, you are pregnant. What do you want me to say?
Marry me.
Just like that. Okay, I said, okay, you are pregnant. Then what?
What?
It's fine.
Women fall pregnant every day. I would cry.
And just like that.
Yes.
Just like that. And then, I remember I told his aunt, he told his uncle, and then it was like, okay, then It's fine. And then at least that my dad was gave me comfort that, you know what, there's no rush. I don't have to push anything.
Yeah.
I'll wake up, go to work. He will come and check on me. And then that thing gave me that spirit that, you know what, you must be independent.
Yeah.
I couldn't even want to wait for him that, you know what,
Milk.
I can't go to the doctor because you are not here. I'll just phone him. Oh, tomorrow I've got my guy's appointment.
A working class woman.
at 3 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay, 3 o'clock. And then, yeah, I'm informing you. If you'll make it, it's fine. If you want, then.
Ish. Now you're acting. Now you're like, this man, I must make him feel it.
Yeah, then if you'll make it, then
Great.
it's okay. If you can't, then it's fine. But I have an appointment. And I'll make it a point that, you know what, my appointment, if you will want to come with me, it's either will phone me, you will follow me, or if you'll tell me that, you know what, I'm delaying a meeting, I said, okay, it's fine.
And you showed him that, you know what, with or without you,
With or without you.
either you're going to hop on this train very quickly,
Yes,
or I'm
I'll
just
do
going to
it.
operate.
Yeah. I remember when I got admitted for my first baby's delivery. He was at work, a friend of mine, a best friend of mine, actually.
You?
A best friend of mine that I was with her when I met him.
Yes.
She came to my house, flat, actually, I was in Sunnyside. I'm not feeling okay. This is how I feel. And then she was like, let's go to hospital. Let's go to see your doctor. The other friend of mine, she called. I was with her. And then I said, no, I'm not. She said, no. They both have their first kids, actually. No, you must go to the doctor.
It's time.
It's time. And then my bag was already packed. And then I took my bag. I left with my friend. And then we went to Medforum. And then my doctor, Dr. Shimange, said, no, I'm admitting you. You are not going. And then he called me. I said, no, I'm in hospital.
You know, this is actually a good lesson for young girls who are not married, who are thinking about falling pregnant and all that. This is a perfect story for you, whether to choose to have kids before marriage or to choose to have kids outside marriage. I think you acted so well.
Yeah. I remember in the morning he came. It was during a June exam. By that time, he was working at Medonsa. And then he said to me, I've got scripts here. He was marking scripts.
He's a lecturer.
He was a lecturer by then at Medonsa. And then he said, you know what, let me take these scripts to the moderator at the Medonsa. I'm coming back.
Yeah.
I said, okay. You know what happened?
Yeah.
The time he left to drop the script, my guy came and then he said, when you are full 10 centimeter, you're going to give birth now.
Shame. If he was a husband, he would be there with you.
Yeah, and then, you know, when he came, with the time when he came back, he decided to drive back. When he get there, the baby was already out.
Oh, but when does he marry you now? A year
then
later?
It was in 2002. 2003, 2004, and then 2005, then we got married.
But you now say the conversation of marriage in between.
Yeah, the conversation, the parents came, the family came to say, this is our child, we know all those things. Yeah, everything.
But then you guys were co-parenting, even the family.
We were co-parenting. I remember when I came out of hospital, when I get there, he came with a cot bed for the baby. The day that I came back from the hospital, the niece came with a pram, you know. It was just like, yeah. And then we were co-parenting. He was taking care of his child. I remember he said, okay, I want to put a child on a medical aid. Already I put my child on the medical aid.
It's battles off. Kids, you must have kids when you are waking. You must have children when you are waking.
So, yeah, we got married in 2005.
Yeah,
it was on the 5th of, when we have a wedding, it was on the 5th of December.
And then
2005.
You now stayed together.
And we stayed together.
All along, you were not staying together.
And then after 2 years after I have my child, on my child's second year birthday, we moved in together.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I have my first birthday of my daughter, I was staying alone. He was staying in his place. You know, we arranged the birthday. He came, we together.
Yeah.
And then on a second year birthday, then that's where we were together.
You were together.
Yeah. And then his third birthday, then we got married.
Nice.
Yeah.
So now you get married to this man, and then what kind of marriage did you guys have, or what kind of a relationship in the marriage did you guys have?
You know what? I think I'm one person that, how I've been raised, as I told you, that from the strict family, you won't have a boyfriend and come up with something that my boyfriend bought me this and bought that.
Yeah.
You have to explain. So it gave me that independency. Or you know what? I want to be me, and he must be himself. And I had the lines to my husband that, you know what? One thing that I want to tell you,
Yes.
You put your hand on me, that's end of it. And I promise you, no matter how angry can be, the argument that we ever have, my husband is the man that, you know what, he can be. But you know what? That one, don't even a single day until his last breath. No matter how we can shout at each other and does whatever, he will never, ever raise his hand or push me for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So the relationship that we have a clear boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah. That whatever that you don't want me to do unto you, don't do it. I told him that, you know what, he was a very clean man, my husband.
Okay.
He loved himself,
Yes.
loved beautiful things.
Okay.
I told him that, you know what, I know you love yourself, but I'm not a wife that you'll say that, you know what, every day I'll be running with the washing to iron for you. But I'll find someone to do it
that. Yeah.
for us. But if you are a husband that will say that, you know what, now washing yaka ayiri help.
Even the maid.
Tough luck.
Yeah.
We are going to have a problem on that one. So I think in terms of that, we communicated, and then we have a clear communication that, okay, we both work. You will do this, I will do this.
Yeah.
And he was a man of his word.
Yeah.
He never believed in promising. He rather does. Without that's why when you ask something, he will tell you that I'll see.
Yeah. Not commit.
Not commit.
Yes. Yes.
You want to come back and tell me that I promised you 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
And once Arikita Shem, don't remind him. Because once you ask him, he will do it.
What kind of did you want to say something?
No, I just wanted to say, I'm not sure if I answered you when you said that a kind of relationship that we have. We had a relationship that, you know what, we were allowed each other to be ourselves. That, you know what, I don't want you to change to be the person that I want you to be. I want you to be yourself.
Yeah.
My father always tell me that, you know what, when you have a man or you have a marriage that you are not being yourself, and the person that is not being himself, then every day you are a living lies.
Hey. Yes.
And the day that you realize that, you know what, you are tired of living lies, you are not going to stand each other. And that marriage will break. And it's unrepairable. It's unrepairable. Then be yourself. That's why I always tell people when I got invited to speak in bridal showers in marriages, I tell them that, you know what, don't send a representative. When you send a representative, it's when you try to be somebody else that you are not.
What do you mean?
When you try to do something that, you know, Mina, I can cook every day.
Yeah. Oh.
You know,
Yes.
Mina, you know,
Yes.
I can kneel. There's no way that I can give you food without kneeling down. You understand? It's something that, you know what, you are buying this person, but you know that you'll get tired.
Yeah.
My husband will know that when I say that, you know, once I come and kneel down, he will ask me, what do you want?
Yeah. What is this one now?
Yeah. He knows. He will ask me.
Yes.
Kwenzakalani namhlanje?
What does this woman want?
He will just tell me straight what you want. So I'm telling you that, you know what, let this person know the person that you are. That when you go extreme, then it seems that, you know what, you must be ready that, you know what, my pocket must have something.
Must be,
now.
yes.
You understand?
No, you answered it very beautifully. And then now, in your marriage, you started having the other kids.
Yes. Yeah, and then 5 years later, I think
You had your second born.
I had my second, not 5 years later, 2 years later, because they are 5 years apart. Yeah, in 2007, I had my second born. Yeah,
A boy.
a girl.
A girl. The first one was a girl as well.
Yeah, we had 3 girls.
You only have girls?
Yeah, and you know, he was a simple man.
Yeah.
Maybe because he was from a family of boys.
Okay.
He loved his kids.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
And he never pushed me to say that, oh, now we need to have a boy or not.
the boring conversation that many women are succumbed to in their
Yes,
homes. Yeah.
not at all. And to be honest, girls as it was, I've learned to do shopping with my kids last year.
He was doing shopping with the girls.
Yes.
How about who?
I never had a budget for Christmas clothes.
Hey,
I never make time that, you know what, we must go for shopping in England.
yes,
No.
he would do all that.
I remember 2 days ago, I went to Woolies. I wanted to buy my kids school socks
Yeah.
and the ties. There was a sale. Then I bought 2 dresses for my last born. When I get home, she was like, Mommy, really?
You.
You bought these dresses? Wow, I can't believe
Oh,
it.
shame.
I can't believe because, yeah, they knew. Nami, I only knew that, you know what,
Yeah.
we were completely different. And other women, they will say that, you know what, but I enjoyed what he did. Each and every piece of
What
it.
would other women say?
Others, but why asa ufithelete o shopha libana? Wangulo sesake.
Yeah.
Why
you're
asa
right.
ufithelete o shopha libana? Why asa? For now, I enjoyed because this man, when he does shopping, he will do beyond what I would have done it.
Yes.
Like taking my kids to a Cummins or a
Yeah.
Mr. Price.
Yes.
You understand?
I would think like that as well. And I think it's when you are looking at dysfunction.
Yes.
Because women would be saying, Lynn now, like back then, even when I was growing, before I got married, it would be like, yo, mona udinga grocery kingane. What, you know? But what I've realized in my marriage is that my husband loved doing those things. And he does better than me. And those things, as a woman, I had to say, actually, I'm not domesticated. My husband can clean the house upside down. I can't do that. My husband knows how to buy groceries. I can't do that.
When my husband passed on, I struggled. When the month and I was just like to my mom, I don't know what to do because I didn't know what to buy groceries.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I will forget to buy bread.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
I said literally, I didn't know what to do because this man will make sure that there's. And I realized that, you know what? Even if I was crying him for him to give me money for grocery, then he give me 2,000. I cry because it's not enough.
Because you won't know what to buy.
You end up buying things that you didn't want to buy.
Yes.
And he will go and buy without compromise.
And
I
go-
remember my boss when he said to me, he will always remind me that, D, cut down everything and compromise anything, but don't compromise food for these kids.
Yes.
Make work hard for this guy and he buy food for his kids. So others will say that, you know what, he must just give me my money. But Mina, it worked best and it built my marriages. You know,
And also in
now
marriage,
when I looked at it,
Yeah.
when I look at the cost of food, I was just like, yo, this man was spending so much.
yes.
Was he spending so much? And he
Yeah.
never complained.
And it's just also to look at, that's why I'm saying, if the marriage starts being healthy and you now just live with each other's strength,
Yeah.
knowing that, okay, my husband is domesticated in my household. I'm not.
Yeah.
But when we first got married, I wanted to impress.
Yes.
You know, I always wanted to cook. Cooking is my love language, 100%. I still do
Yes.
it till today.
I do
But
that as
I
well.
always wanted to like even clean or whatever, but I realized, or even go and buy groceries. Yes, my husband will give you the card to go and buy groceries by yourself. But I realized that I don't know how to do groceries. So now when you are in a healthy marriage, you are allowed and you are comfortable to say, no, my husband does groceries. He does the best groceries. I can't.
Yes.
It's a healthy environment. It's just a healthy.
And as you say that you love cooking, because he knew that I love cooking, he
Yes.
will make sure that he will buy anything and everything because he knew that whatever he'll buy, I'll make something out of it in that house.
And it's so crazy because like what you're saying, my husband will buy the food and I cook the food. I wouldn't even say buy whatever, but whatever that he will come with, I will cook. I cook without fail in my
Exactly.
household. But the kitchen will be upside down and my husband will be packing. Don't leave this, don't leave this. And I got to accept that this is just our dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to say that mine, I look at it in a way that, you know what, Dinah, this is your marriage. You're not going to look next door.
Yeah.
If you are going to look next door and listen to what people are saying, you're going to fail yourself. You are going to fail yourself as long as it's working and it's working best
Yeah.
for you and this household. So that's what I always tell people, that if you are doing something and you realized that it's working best for your marriage and it's bringing peace in that house. Stick to it.
Even if it doesn't make sense.
Irrespective of what other people say, it doesn't have to make sense to anyone and everyone. Allow it to make sense to you and your marriage. Then it will do wonders.
It will work for you. And you'll have peace in your marriage.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then now your in-laws. Let's go to your in-laws. What kind of in-laws do you have when your husband, we're talking about when he was still alive. What kind of in-laws did you have relationship-wise? Would you go at Christmas? Would you go Tisa every holidays?
To be honest, I love cooking maranaki as well.
When I'm nervous.
I can see a dirty place. I can see a dirty place, disorganized place, and tell you that, auntie, when I come back, you must clean the windows. Auntie, you must wipe the doors.
Yes.
Auntie, today you must make sure that the cupboards are clean. Because my mom, she's a clean freak.
Oh.
My kids call her a clean freak. Gugu a clean freak. They said she have what?
OCD.
OCD. Yes. Gugu have OCD.
She cleans.
My mom is very clean. My mom is very clean. You can clean and then she'll come here and clean again and tell you that you're making a bed.
Yeah.
She will come. No, that's how clean.
She'll make a hotel she's in a hotel bed.
Exactly. Sure. That's my mom. And she's a clean freak.
Yeah.
She will come in here. You will be frustrated because she'll even forget that it's not her house.
Yeah.
How she'll want to make instruction and how she want things to be done.
Yes.
In that house. You see. So when I got married, as I'm saying to you, that you know what, likely when I got married, when I have my first child, my father-in-law passed, died 3 months later, and then it was my mother-in-law who was there. Luckily, we had a very good relationship. I don't want to lie to you. And when I got there, she was not the person who expected me that, you know, when you get there, but this day, and all those things, and every day. You understand? When I got married, she will go on with her day routine.
Yes.
There are only boys there. But how my mother-in-law trained the boys, you will tell me that, don't worry, this one, you want a chicken, the home one, they will do it for you.
Oh.
This, she will call them. You understand what I'm saying? And I realized that, okay, you know what, I want to do this, I'll cook. Because I remember the day that she came back, find me, Mufas. She couldn't believe it. She couldn't believe it. She couldn't believe it.
Yes.
She was shocked. She was not there. She couldn't believe it. And I cooked. And I said that I can do this. Just that I don't have time.
Yes.
But I can do it. And I say to her, and I make it clear to my husband that, you know what, I don't want to come here. Normally when we come, there's wedding, there's events. We want to go there. Your mom is cooking and I need to clean. We leave this. Let me get a helper who will come and do the cleaning here once a week. And then even when we come here, we make sure that, you know what, she's here that she make sure that she work after us.
You're like me.
And the girls, you understand?
Yes.
And my mother-in-law loved it. She didn't have a problem with it. She will cook for me. When I come back in the morning, on Sunday, driving back, when I wake up, I'll find her cooking everything for us. No, you're not going to get to Pretoria and cook. It's a long drive. Here is the food, pap, chicken, morojo, anything and everything packed for us. So to say that, you know what, I had a very good relationship with my mother-in-law until her last breath. To a point that I remember when she passed on, she was staying in my house. She had her own house. And she wrote a note to that when I passed on. I want to be buried in Dinah's house. My funeral must be done where I died.
In my Makoti's house.
And she even indicated that I have so much in the money that I have. She must be able to be given that money to buy bread for people who will come to my funeral. I didn't do anything special for her, but you know what? By loving her and accepting her, accommodating her as she was, and the other thing, I feel my husband was very fair.
Yeah,
in terms of being protective.
Yes, over you,
over me,
and setting boundaries.
Yes, yeah. So that one, I will forever be grateful because that's the most thing that women cried.
Yeah, in-laws.
Katsona, the
Yes.
in-laws and the men who cannot
Protect them.
protect them, who cannot create boundaries.
Yeah.
To a point that, you know what, for him, the boundaries were very clear.
Yeah.
O ka se di batle.
Yes.
And you're not going to have a follow-up question with it.
You've heard me.
You heard me and it's clear. What is it that I didn't hear me clear so that I can repeat myself? That was him.
So I think I just wanted us to take this moment to speak about those parts, just to honor him on his birthday, which is today, you know. And now we are getting into the sad part of it, and then the reason why you wrote this book. I see that you are wearing you have branded your top as well, you know, as a diary of a young widow.
Yes.
When now do we get here? What lead me to the days of the passing of your husband?
Yeah, for the past 2 years, man, that was the hardest years of my adult life.
I think as a sorry to cut you, as a wife, that is our biggest fear.
Yes.
To lose your husband.
Yes. I think to me is the biggest fear, but when he is alive, you don't see it coming.
Yes.
Let's make it clear.
No, you don't.
You don't see it coming.
You think you're gonna
You
live
are
forever.
never you are seeing yourself in the setup
Yes.
that you are in. Hence, what I can say that, you know what, if there's one thing that this man never taught me is to live without him.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Kuri, we ended up here in a sad way that, you know, I don't even know where to start.
Was he sick?
You know, an energetic man
Yeah.
that you know emotionally and physically.
Yeah.
Now you walk into the house, finding yourself have to help this person.
This giant.
You understand? You look at it and then you are like, God, is it you who are only seeing me, or everyone outside? They are seeing what's happening.
Speaking to the mic. Yeah.
They are seeing what's happening in this house.
Yeah.
I look at it and I was just like, this is unbelievable. And you know, men will always be men. When you tell that, you know what, you are not okay. You need
I'm okay. That's the
no,
thing.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm okay. I remember this one time we were home. He was not okay. I said that you are not okay. He said, I'm not fine. He said he's fine. You're not okay. I insisted until I called his uncle. His mom was already late. He said, Malume, itla. I feel like I'm originally problem. Is not okay. I will let something and then I'll be fine.
What was wrong if you are willing to disclose what was wrong?
You know, at first, what we know, it was like he was struggling with the acid. You know, I remember I was telling him that, you know what, I think you have a diabetic bloodline. Your dad has a history, your cousins, you know, all those things. Why can't you go and test and check, you know, all those things, whatever. So, yeah, and then he went. And then when we came back, I was just like, Ewen, you are not okay. And then he said, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. Is this acid reflux? You know, I have this medication. I will be fine, you know, and all those things, whatever. So I'm not going to dwell on that because I spoke about it in the book. Yeah, but what I can say, he was not okay.
Yeah.
What I'm happy is I took care of him.
Yes.
I was there for him. As much as I was there in good times and in his bad days, I was there until his last breath. And the journey that I was in his last days, you know, that was the emotional ones for me and the kids.
Yeah.
And then what led here is the daily conversation that I had between myself and him in his absence that I was writing in my journal.
Did he know that he was dying?
In my journal,
Did he know that he was dying, or you were seeing that he was dying?
No, I mean me after he passed on.
Okay.
After he passed on. Everything was coming. Yeah.
Tell me about the day that he passed on. Maybe just in a bit, because obviously, did you write about it in the book?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe just because I want us to talk about something, Yana.
The day that he passed on.
Yes.
You know, actually, he was okay. We were like, you know what, everything is fine. Life is back to normal. You
Yes.
know,
He's picking
yeah, Lord, we thank you. I remember with my niece, we were planning to have a Thanksgiving party. We was just like, we were planning for a Thanksgiving party. We want to invite people, we want to have a party, not knowing. I remember a day before he passed on.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Thursday, he phoned me. I was at work. He was at home. He said, no, you said you need a car. BMW called me now. They said we qualify for another finance. I sent you the forms. Print those forms, bring them home. Then I'll sign them. Then you'll scan them back tomorrow. It was on a Thursday. So that when you get back to the office, you'll scan the forms and send them back for financing.
Get the BMW.
Yeah, so that we can get another car. You see, I was just like, okay, we're talking. He's fine. You know, I'm so relaxed. It's fine. You know, he's okay. Nothing rushing me home. Taking myself to Ocean Basket. You know, yeah, alone there.
Yeah.
He's okay anyway. He's sitting. The kids are home. My mom was there. You know,
At your house.
yeah, at my house. I got home. He was there. I gave him the forms. He was sitting in the couch reading the book. Yeah, and then I was supposed to take him for the follow-up checkup on Friday morning. And then we were just like, and then I said to me, I agreed for early appointment so that we can come back earlier so that I can rest.
Yeah.
I said, no, it's fine. So that when we come back, I must also go to the office. Yeah, he was sitting there. He ate. He want this, he want that. You know, that day we worshipped.
With your husband.
The whole family.
The whole family.
All of us. We were sitting. I remember I was sitting down. He was in a couch. My other daughter was sitting on a staircase.
Yeah.
There. You know, I think we watched for more than an hour.
Huh.
Little did I know that sermon, we were ushering
opening.
him to heaven.
Hey, Bo. That was the Thursday.
That was on Thursday night. I remember when we go to sleep, he was just like, yo, you know what? So Vele Yena, he was having a swollen feet because due to dialysis, they realized that he was having a kidney problem. They picked up that he was having a kidney problem. And then they said, no, I'll be fine because tomorrow we're going for checkup. Obviously, they'll drain the water. And then I help him to go to bed. And then he said, let me call the ambulance if they... And they said, I'm okay. I'm going for checkup tomorrow.
Yes.
It's only a few hours we'll go.
And then you guys slept.
We went to bed. I remember my last born came and then said, good night, daddy, good night. And then said, good night, pray for me.
Yes.
That was his last words. Pray for me.
Did he die inside your bed?
Yes.
Yeah. He died.
So, yeah, we slept. And then that night, I remember they said to me, you know what, there was this prayer that I normally listen at night. And then he said that, you know what, for the past 5 days, I've not been sleeping because of these late night prayers of yours. And then I was like, okay, no, it's fine today because we'll be waking up early for 6 o'clock appointment. I'm not going to play it. Not knowing that he was telling me that, you know what, that prayers, that closing my way to heaven. I should have been gone long time ago. That's my interpretation now.
Yes.
That's my interpretation now. Because that night when I went to bed, I never had a deep sleep like that. Because normally I would want to wake up, check on him, all those things. But that night, I slept at a point that when I wake up, the alarm was ringing.
At 6?
At 5.
You slept with your dead husband until 5?
Bona, we slept around 12. I think when we went to bed, it was around 12 midnight. Yeah. And then we went to bed and then we sleep. And normally when he sleeps, it doesn't matter whether we fight or not. He'll sleep with his hands around me.
Around you?
Yeah, he will hold my hands around me. So now when I wake up, no, this person, the alarm is ringing and his hands are not around me. You understand? You see? And then I turn and then I switch off the alarm. And then switching off the alarm and then I waking up. Then I was like, no, it can't be. Meg, I'm trying to, he's not responding. And then I rushed to the bedroom to wake my mom up. Mommy, you have to come into my bedroom today. I could see that, you know what, she was scared to tell me. And then she was like, no, it seems like. I said, no, there's no seems like here. There's no seems like here. I called an ambulance. The ambulance came. I called his niece. I called everyone. I was just like, no, it can't be. we are going to hospital.
Like we...
They came, I thought maybe they will do their magic. Their niece was already there. I couldn't believe it. I didn't even wake up my kids. They just heard me screaming. And then they all came running. They just all came running.
Yo, Marabatong.
And that was, the last and the worst scene and episode of my life.
This is... That chapter closed like very traumatic.
And now when I remember 3 weeks back, a month before, normally we used to work together. I'm busy, we will work. I'll leave him, abereka, So that night I worked very late night. And then I was busy. I was busy with my assignment. It was around 3 a.m., 3:30. You know what? I'm not going to the bedroom. I don't want to wake him up. Let me leave it. And then I went to the other bedroom.
You slept there?
I slept there. You know what? 5 a.m. he came to me. And then he said, why didn't you come to the bedroom?
Yes.
I said, no, I just slept now. I didn't want to disturb you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I felt, you know what? Let me just...
Let you rest.
Let you rest, you see. And then he was just like, okay, no. You thought maybe I'll die next to you now. That was his voice. I was just like, no. Don't put your words in your mouth. I didn't say that. I'm saying that I didn't want to disturb you. I only slept now.
Yeah.
And normally it was never an issue to us because he can work when he's busy with the documents, late, all those things. So, but that day I realized, it seems like he wanted to talk to me. He wanted to make it an issue. And then from there, it was just like, no, okay. And then he closed the door. And then I woke up, take a bath. Then when it happened now, you understand?
You were like...
It was like, you know what? This guy was preparing me that, you know what? Me now when I go...
This way.
When I go, I will go next to you. It was like he was telling me that, I didn't hear the language, but he was telling me that, don't worry. The day that I will go...
You will be next to me?
You will be next to me.
How long did they maybe tell you how long he had passed before you woke up?
No, they didn't, but I think it wasn't been long because he was still it was
warm.
It was so.
Patung mami. Anyway, okay, because also we don't want to sit on this and tell people about a lot of things that are in the book that they must buy, right? So maybe we must talk about, I don't even know because I don't want to talk about stuff that are in the book. I think we have dwelt at this part of the book that people are going to find in the book. So after he passed, maybe let's speak about, then after he passed, I don't want to talk about the funeral arrangements and those are the details that are in the book. So from there, what happened?
I think those are the details that are
in the book
where I have to talk about the journey of grief. The journey of losing someone.
Yes.
That you once loved.
Maybe just in a bit speak about that. After that, you're going to tell them to buy the book, where to buy the book and everything.
That's where I've learned that, when they say that, when you love someone, when they go, they take a part of you with them. That man took part of me with him. Maybe it's not the same with others.
Yeah.
As I say, that grief is a personal journey.
Yeah.
Maybe it goes with the relationship, what you have with a person.
Yeah.
But with the research that I did when I was writing this book, old and young widows.
Yeah.
Once I talk to them, all of them, they'll tell me that, then you realize that, there's an unspoken pain. There's a hidden pain because the society, once they tell you that, amogela, you understand? They don't know the deeper, beyond.
Yeah.
Coming back from graveside without that person. Walking into that house. Daily routine.
That bed.
That bedroom. The daily routine of seeing that person walking to the bathroom, the daily routine of seeing that person coming with the bread, the routine of 20
Of the
years,
kids.
you know, each and everything.
Yeah.
But ba fetse ba botsa hore hawa mara ho etsegetseng ka molo Lesu can bring the change and lifetime change that people won't know until etsagala. I've mentioned something that my mother-in-law na rata o bolela issue ya hore o mo le mo tla bona ka tsa hae.
Eish, wait.
And indeed those ways are my ways that you know what.
Yeah.
I end up being in my own space to a level. You don't want to explain yourself for people to understand you.
They will never understand.
They will never understand.
Yeah.
Eish,
wait.
It's just unfortunately o mongwe ha bona tsa hae ke ba ke setse ke ntshitse mantswe a marong to hurt you. E ke feelang ore yo o isekeng ke utlwise promise botlhoko. I wouldn't have said that. I've said that because I was not in her shoes. So don't allow people who are not in your shoes to tell you how to tie your shoelaces.
How to walk in that shoe.
Because they don't know and they really don't know.
Yeah.
And they're really not going to understand.
Yeah.
Not at all.
How has the passing of your husband affected the kids?
I remember my second born one day after I forgot to pay the subscription.
Yeah, TV.
Yeah, DSTV.
Yes.
Remember, it was on their debit orders.
Yes.
And automatically, the bank will have to close all the accounts. Those are the things that people doesn't.
What happened?
When that happens,
yes.
You understand. Yeah, they has to close the account. Then remember, if you don't have a source of income, you don't have any money, all the accounts are closed.
How do they know that
there's
this
a
person
process?
Passed? How do the banks know that your husband passed?
Immediately when you get a death certificate, go to Home Affairs for death certificate.
They
automatically the information
it's out.
It's out. They automatically get information because remember now Home Affairs is linked with all these systems.
Yes.
You understand. So immediately when
they block the account.
Yeah, immediately. And even if when you can go there and they find out, you'll be arrested.
If I go there and I'm like, this is my husband, I went to unblock this. It doesn't work
like that. There's a process. You must be appointed. You must get a letter of authority or an executorship letter to access anything and everything that belongs to him.
In case this person has got the trust, the will, the whatever.
That's where the issues came, where you find that some, they lose their houses. That's where I learned that when I respect when I see that, you know what, diseased house on sale.
Ish.
Then sometimes I'll cry. I remember that if it's a mother, where is she with the kids?
The kids.
If it's a father, where is he with the kids? And Baba Ngwatla, how did we end it here?
Ish.
You understand what I'm saying? I've started learning to understand the deeper things of not judging people. You don't understand or what's behind those closed doors. I remember I failed. I forgot to pay.
Yeah.
Then when I came back, the TV was off. It was on a Sunday. Like my mom was there. I can't remember. My mom was there, and then my daughter was crying, and then Mama got TV. Mommy, I forgot to pay. Debit order. These are their fathers, one of their father's debit orders. That one she cried, Ari, Mommy. I wish I could have died with my dad.
Oh.
That was the worst broken words.
Yeah.
That came to me. For Ena, it's like, you know what? The adjustment, they lose their debt.
They don't understand.
Now everything has to change.
Yeah.
They can't have even. I was just like, Monanga. This is something else. I completely forgot. Remember, I'm going through this. It's a new adjustment for me. I completely forgot to pay for the DSTV. I'll go to Checkers and pay now.
Those are the little
things
that I
feel you can appreciate for a person.
Hey, bro.
And now you realize that, you know what? Things that you never thought it matters. Indeed matters. You don't value something until you lose
You
it.
lose it.
I've experienced it.
Yeah.
But I was so grateful that, you know what, Lord, I've done my best until his last breath. Even though I missed his presence every day.
Yeah.
But I don't regret that I've done my part.
Yeah.
I remember my psychologist.
Are you going through therapy?
Yes. Always will tell me that, Mama Kwarela, stop blaming yourself. You have done your part. Now whatever, it was left in God's hands.
Yeah.
Don't judge yourself for anything and anything that you could have done. You've done your part. Until his last breath. So when I wrote this book,
when
it was
do you now come to write a book?
When I came to write this book, it's because after my husband left, I couldn't sleep. Then I will wake up, as I indicated, that I'll have a conversation between me and him in the life that we live together.
Yeah.
Then I'll be writing anything and everything down. Anything and everything down. I remember when I got admitted to mental institution, when my psychologist said to me, Mama Kwarela, now you are on a major depression disorder. My second born was crying like, Mommy, you can't go there. When you come back here, I get one the movie. So once you go to mental institution, when you come back, only
the same.
Injection,
yeah.
She was crying for that. And then my firstborn was like, Mommy, this is long overdue.
Go.
You have to go.
How long did you stay there?
I think it's 14 days. Then as I was going there, when I was sitting, attending this, I'll be writing anything and everything. Yeah. My journey, our struggle, our pain, things he did, things I miss, all those things. I came home still. Pills to sleep, when I'm not sleeping, I will write, all those things. Each and everything will come to your mind, what? His life, our life, go higher, outside, anything and everything. Then I look at it that, what? There's a struggle. There's a struggle in a lot of people who lost their loved ones. Because once you have to accept. I remember when I lost my husband, I didn't grieve him enough because I was told and I have to fit in to what the community and the surrounding are telling me how I should grieve.
Yes.
My husband. And now, I don't know, but it's all about that, let's allow people who are going through their own struggle without dictating to them because we don't know what they are going through.
Yeah.
We don't know. Be it, Babangwe is a struggle. Normally, I lost this person.
Yeah.
Now I'm redefining myself as a person.
Without this person.
From us to me. From we to me. What is it that I'm cutting down? What is it that I'm taking forward? Because all the plans, it was all about us. Now I don't have us.
My thing also when you're speaking about us, me, it's no longer about this, we made this decision. For me, it's about my children. Had I not married, I wouldn't have kids. It has always been my thing.
So this plan, when us that you are talking about your children, it's about these children. We had a plan for these kids together.
Yes. I had these kids because we're together.
Yeah. We had a dream of taking these kids to better school. Am I going to afford the better school alone?
That's another thing.
And are the kids going to survive the change of changing the school? What is it that I'm cutting down for us to move on? Am I going to afford to maintain this house? The rates, electricity, food, school fees, petrol. What is it that I'm...
Yo, guys.
What is it that I'm cutting down? Even if the money is there any challenges in terms of estate that will delay an estate to a year to 2 years? Within that 2 years, a year, 6 months, what is it that are you surviving with? If you don't have any income. If I have an income, is that income sufficient enough to take care of all these things in the house? People never go up to that level that you know what, they must give you a space to digest and mourn and work out for
your way out of this.
For Bona, it's like, motho o le o na le 3 months a tsamaile ho
O
etsahala.
salla ngwane ausi o salla.
It's more than tears. O sa bolela again. I'm talking about someone that I've committed to live and that I've lived with for the past 24 to 25 years ago.
Every single day of my life I was with this person.
I remember one of my widow sisters that we've been met through this Amposa Ari. The pain that I felt when I lost my husband, I don't remember. I felt the pain when I lost my mom. But because this man was holding me to guide me and walk with me as I bury my mom and show me a way when I come back.
Yes.
I had a way. I felt like it was, you know what, I'm having someone, it was better. But now, this man is not here. I have no one to hold my hands as I navigate anything and everything to do with this household and these kids.
That's very scary. Death is very scary.
So, yeah, that's where all this. So for me now, it's all about, you know what, the resilience human spirit.
Yes, that's what I want to ask you. What can they expect in this book? What can people expect in this book?
Is to expect that, you know, it's all about let me say it's all about that, you know what, how life changes.
Yeah.
How life change actually in a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
How pain of death can change you and can change everything. How can we accommodate the people that we know, not losing a spouse?
Yeah.
This book is meant for each and every one.
Yeah.
Hence, if you are someone that you lost a mother, you lost everyone, actually, the people who have bought this book will tell you that it seems like each and every household must have this book. If you are in a marriage where you want to see things working better for your marriage, buy this book.
Okay.
If you want to fix things in your marriage, buy this book. If you are planning to get married, buy this book. If you lost the loved one, be it a husband, be it a child or whoever, buy this book.
Where can they find this book?
For now, I'm selling this book. They can contact me on my Facebook page or in my Instagram page.
Yeah.
We have a Diary of a Young Widow Instagram page that we've just opened it now.
Yeah.
I have my Facebook page, which is Diana Makwarela, or they can WhatsApp me on 072 112 4404.
Okay, say that number again into that camera.
072 112 4404. The copy is 200 Rand. If we are couriering the copy, we've been couriering this book. If there's an area that we've been couriering this book,
a lot,
it's Mudimula.
Oh.
Yeah. So if we are couriering the book to you, it's 260, which is 60 Rand for Pep Courier and 200 Rand for the
book.
So if you are around where we can reach you to get the book is 200 Rand.
Okay.
Yes.
So you can deliver the book to that person?
If it's around Pretoria.
Yes. Around Pretoria.
Yes.
So I'm going to buy this one for someone.
Yes.
I'll pay for it. I will buy it for... If you need this book, if you feel that you need this book, please contact the podcast and you will just pay for the courier. I'll buy it for you. And most preferably a new widow, like a new widow. Yeah. I think I'll give you this book. You'll just have to courier it to yourself.
Amen.
Ma'am, thank you.
Thank you so much.
You are so strong. You are so courageous. You're so beautiful. You have your story together. And I guess there's a lot to learn even for people that still has their husbands, you know. Just to prepare yourself as well. Because these things, you know, I always tell my husband, which is what my dad always say. Yeah. When I'm like, yo, you know, babe, when you die, it's like, I'm not dying anytime soon. And that thing, it'll just dome you. And then the next thing, the person is dead. And then, you know. So we need to prepare for those things. And that's something that my dad will always say. I'm not going to die. But death is inevitable to anyone at any time. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. We are going to link your pages, your Instagram and Facebook pages on the video itself.
Thank you.
And then the numbers they've got it. And do you have like a support group for it's that Facebook group?
It's Facebook group, and recently there's a project that we are working on, and I would love you to be there.
6th or the 13th of April.
Yeah, we are finalizing the logistics.
Yeah.
That will be the book review.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we are receiving a lot of reviews regarding the book, because remember, we launched this book on the 28th of October, and then last year, and we've already sold more than 200 copies of this book. Yes, and then the reviews, based on the reviews that we are getting and the people who think that, we need more of such events, we've decided that, this is a project to move forward.
So what happens at the book
reviews? We'll be having in the book review will be our theme there of the day, that will be Embrace the Season. Embrace the season.
Yeah.
People will be talking, and then whoever that they will have the panel of people who will be
so it will be sort of like an event where there are speakers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
We'll be having that event, and then we'll be inviting everyone.
Yeah.
Widows, you are not widow,
Wives.
you know someone. Yes. So I just hope, as much as our launch was was very successful, I believe this will be the best as well. So it's not to be missed. Most people who missed our launch, they said, why did they miss it?
Yes.
Actually. So even this one is an event not to be missed.
Thank you so much, Diana. Thank you for your time, for your courage, and thank you for seeing fit to come to our podcast to share your story. And I'm very touched, like death, you were never ready for death, guys. Anyway.
I was not. I think when I was talking to Takaran M, you know the author Takaran M, she wrote The Royal Mistress. I saw one of his books there.
Oh.
The Rival.
Oh, the Takalani M. Okay.
Yeah, I saw that book. Yeah. The author, she's my husband's cousin. So she was the one when I was saying that, this is what I'm thinking, this is what I'm going to do. I show my journal. And then she said, this is doable, and this is a brilliant, brilliant book that you're going to produce. I'm supporting you to do it. And then I sat down, and then I compared, and then she was like, it's doable, and then we are going to do it. And then she supported me from day one until she made sure that this book is published.
Nice. So, guys, it's love and light from me. As I've already said, email onarrativepodcast@gmail.com if you are a widow, a recent widow. And I'll courier this book. You'll just have to organize courier for this book to be yours. Anyway, thank you so much. It's love and light from me. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.